Hello everybody, Joe Bag of Donuts here. Welcome back for another episode of Umineko. I have my fan going right now under my desk, pointed directly at my crotch. So hopefully that's not extremely loud. I tested it before I booted up the game to actually start recording, and the only thing I noticed is that like when my voice gets bassy when it gets to those low tones, you can kind of hear like a little bit of, I don't know, like the noise cancellation OBS like fighting the sound of the fan, which even then it's not too bad because my microphone's directional, so it only records in a cone in front of me. So I made sure to position my fan far enough back that it's behind that cone. But then again, the under my desk is like a big projector. It's a square missing, one side, so all that noise is just getting reverbed and projected outwards. So yeah, hopefully it's not too bad, but it's hot, and I want to go put in my AC unit, and I noticed like, oh, look at that, cool, there's a bunch of wasps in my window actively building a nest. I really don't want to go out there and fuck with them at the very moment, because I'm all out of raid, and I need to, go get some bug killer instead of just going out there with a stick and fucking smacking the nest like I would have if I was like 17. I'm old now. Like, my neck is destroyed from doing something yesterday. You heard me bitching about it last episode, how like my back and shoulders were all messed up. I think I just slept bad last night, like when my neck kinked, and now I'm crippled. I'm not going to be able to do literally anything for like a week other than eat ibuprofen and bitch on the internet, which, one of those parts is already down. Might as well get to the other one, because I actually went and bought more ibuprofen. Really, I could just get prescribed Motrin. It's the exact same thing as ibuprofen, just what the military gives us. Yeah, they hand that shit out like candy. My liver is just a rotting hunk of flesh inside my chest cavity at the moment. Shouldn't take ibuprofen too much. Your liver really doesn't like it. Anyway, no one's here for a little biology lesson. We're here for the 8th game, the final game of Umineko. According to Burn Cassell, a pretty simple game of whodunit. How simple will it actually be? Only one way to find out. No sound, but the falling rain filled the room. Cover the tragic scene in the bloody dining hall. At some point, Anjay had fainted and fallen to the floor. Now, her consciousness was slowly returning, forcing her to remember what had happened in this room. So she reflexively averted her gaze even before the memory overtook her. His blood. 6 bodies lay in the blood-stained dining hall. Strangely enough, as her consciousness returned bit by bit, the terrifying scene before her seemed somehow less intense. So this time, Anjay was able to look at the 6 corpses well enough to make out who they were. I don't know why, whenever I start recording, I just have to start yawning. It must be like, I don't know, the cadence of my sentences and how I like exert breath or whatever. First, there were her own parents. They were a pitiful sight, colored bright red by bloody makeup. Next to them, that's Uncle Hideyoshi and Auntie Eva. Both Uncle Hideyoshi, the uncle who always said something funny and made me laugh, and Auntie Eva, the aunt who seemed to be so fond of me. My microphone seems low. I just rebooted my PC because I literally wasn't able to open Adobe Premiere. I probably should have, done this before I started recording, but let me just open my Windows settings, because my PC just hates me. I don't know what it is. It could be because I was running it for, multiple weeks straight without rebooting it, and it was just couldn't do it no more. And now it's rebelling against its creator. Where are we? No, I don't want to remove device. Sound settings. There we go. That's where I want it to be. Da. Ooh, yeah, my input looks really low. Because it's at 58%. There we go. Much better. Now you'll probably be able to hear me, and I'm not going to bother to start recording again because the ball's already started rolling. And I gotta click on the screen. Are lying there dead. Genji-san, the servant, is lying over there. And the one lying right here is Auntie Rosa. 6 people. A full 6 people had their lives taken from them and are lying in this room. Maybe I'd cried myself out before I fell unconscious. The scene before me was still terribly painful, but I was somehow able to look at it without losing my head. So, I already felt all the sadness I could at my parents' death. The next emotion that rose up inside me was the desire to check and see that everyone else was okay. In that instant, Anjay heard a scraping sound. Thinking she might have imagined it, she was about to relax when she heard the sound once more. It's probably coming from the door. Someone was clawing at the door from the outside. Of course, she had no way of knowing who it was. However, for some reason, she was sure that it was the black cat scratching at the door. The black cat was telling her to leave this room. Anjay understood and put her hand on the doorknob. Huh? I immediately noticed something odd. The door was locked. The same bad feeling I'd felt after being locked in the parlor crawled up my spine. However, unlike the time in the parlor, this door unlocked itself easily when I turned the knob. I unlocked it and slowly opened the door. Beyond the door, I could see the dimly lit hallway and a cat dashing down it away from me. But Anjay, if the door was locked from the inside, then how did the murderer get out? If you got in through the window that was previously locked. Then it stopped, its emerald eyes glittering in the darkness, as though it was waiting for me to follow. The hallway was dark, dominated by an eerie silence. The black cat saw that I was coming. It walked forward as if to guide me. I could hear nothing except the creaking of the floor, the jingling of the cat's bell, and the howling of the storm outside. The party is being held in the hall. I should be able to hear at least a little of the noise from this hallway.
私が食堂で意識を失ってる間に深夜になっちゃったのかな。
It was a reasonable conclusion. Then, we finally reached the main hall. The hall was frigid, and no trace of that party atmosphere remained. Could all of that fun have been just an illusion? The black cat's bell rang out. When I looked up, I saw it had its feet on the stairway to the second floor, urging me to follow it.
2階に行くの?
The black cat seemed to nod and silently ascended the stairs. Guess we're allowed to go wherever they wanted on the first floor, but the second floor was Uncle Krause's family's house, and I remembered getting in trouble for trying to go up there. However, at that moment, I couldn't think of any options other than following that cat. I walked along the dark hallway with the black cat. Eventually, we reached one of the doors. The black cat scratched at the door and turned to look at me. Must have been telling me to open it.
開けるね?
I put my hand on the doorknob and felt the resistance of a lock again. This door is locked. I turned around to tell the cat this, but inexplicably, a single key lay right in front of the cat. Ain't that convenient? Anjay picked it up and stuck it in the keyhole. It was then that she finally noticed a strange sensation on her fingertips. Blood. Somehow, Anjay's fingertips were stained red with blood. She let out a short cry and dropped the key that she had just removed from the keyhole. She finally realized, in the darkness, she hadn't noticed before, the black cat's key was covered with blood. The emotions that had gone numb and Anjay sprang back. A terrified scream rang out through the dark hall. Even so, Anjay would eventually open that door. That door led to Natsu's room. Natsu's room was a terrible mess. Blankets and sheets were torn. Cosmetics and books lay all over the place, as though a typhoon had just ripped through it. And there were the corpses. Kraus and Natsu's corpses lay sprawled on the floor. Very shortly, Anjay will step into this room. She'll then scream in terror once more. And it isn't just the dining hall in Natsu's room. In the stormy rose garden, Shannon's corpse lies exposed to the rain. Partway down the path to the rose garden is Jessica's corpse. When Anjay finds that, she'll probably dash crying and screaming into the guest house. And death awaits her inside the guest house as well. Just inside the front door is Nanjo's corpse. In the servant room nearby, even Goten Kumasawa lay dead. The total number of corpses is 13. The full 13 corpses are waiting for Anjay. They wait in the mansion and the guest house on this desolate Rokujima. For Anjay, exposed to the wind and rain and tormented by thunder, to find them. Oh boy. Alright, let's dig into the guts of the tale. The tragedy of the first twilight was discovered at 6 in the morning on the following day. Yoda, who had woken up to get breakfast ready, went to check on the adult siblings who had remained in the dining hall since the previous night because of the family conference.
死体発見時のことを話してくれ。食堂は施錠されていました。
Okay, purple text, that's a new one.
確かに食堂に鍵はついていますが、普段施錠することなどありません。ノックしたのですが、返事はなく。
そこに私が来たのです。
Okay, that's we're getting like the key details, you know, the important stuff's purple, I guess. We'll get an explanation,
万
I
一のこ
assume.
ともあるから、鍵を開けてみたらと勧めたのです。
マスターキーで扉を開けると、中は恐ろしいことに。
エヴァ様、秀吉様、ルドルフ様、キリエ様、ローザ様、そして源氏様の。
If I was smart, I would write this all down so I'd have a good sequence of events, but fuck it, we shoot from the hip
計
here.
6人が血まみれになって倒れていたのでございます。
それであとは大騒ぎだ。全員が食堂に集まった。
Okay.
思い出したくもあります。それぞれの親の亡骸にすがり泣き叫ぶ子供たち。
ひょっとしたら生きているかもとみんな懸命に揺さぶってたぜ。
しかしダメでした。
I mean, you shouldn't really shake someone that, you know, you don't know their condition. That's when you go with the sternum rub.
お子様方はそれぞれ自分の親が間違いなく死んでいることを確認なさいました。
僕と南條先生は
Mm-hmm.
源氏様が死んでいることを確認しました。
むごたらしい殺され方でした。私でなくとも誰も検視は謝りません。
犠牲者はみんな即死だったろうね。
So, they get shot?
食堂内を調べた結果、扉も窓も全て施錠され、
Mm-hmm.
密室であったことが分かった。
Yep, good old locked rooms.
そして食堂内に不審なものは何も見つからなかった。もちろん食堂内に何者かが隠れているということもなかった。
隠れるも何も、私たちは今ここに全員がいるではないか。 誰も隠れていないことは明白だ。
All parties are accounted for.
でも父さん、となるとおかしいよ。
Yeah, then who could have done it?
殺された6人、食堂は密室。どうやって殺して逃げたんだ。
考えたくはありませんが、マスターキーを持つ使用人が怪しいでしょう。
6人を殺し、マスターキーで施錠して食堂を出た。
You know, go through the usual song and
妥当
dance.
な推理だ。
とんでもありません。
Calm yourself, Goda. Since there was no chance of the culprit hiding in the dining hall, it made sense to assume that the culprit had locked the door after committing the murder and exiting the room. It was only natural that the servants, their master keys, would fall under suspicion. And, sadly enough, none of the servants had an alibi. Then again, it wasn't only the servants. Everyone else was lacking an alibi as well.
マスターキー以外の方法で外から施錠する手段は
存在しないわ。
Weird that, you know, there's no dining hall specific key.
これじゃダメね。赤き真実で語るわ。すべての扉の施錠、解錠はマスターキーでしか行えない。もちろん部屋の内側からはマスターキーがなくとも施錠、解錠が可能。
Okay, I guess we're still getting red text. We're just not doing the, you know, the blue text, red text battle. Just, you know, set dressing with the red text. You know, set the scene. Give us the deets. Of course, it's possible to unlock all doors from the inside of the room, even without the master key. Okay.
だそうよ。
So all the doors have, like, you know, a little switch latch for the lock. You know, that you turn. It's got, like, not like a key, but, you know, the thing. I can't describe it. Switch doesn't sound quite right for, like, you know, you usually see it on, like, the deadbolt of, like, someone's front door. You know, you turn and it goes click, click, and it fucking sets the bolt. You know that. It's not a knob. Maybe it's a knob, like a flat knob?
他に質問は？
I don't feel like driving down to the Lowe's and, like,
各部屋固
perusing
有の
the,
鍵があるはずでは。
you know, the home security section to see what those are called.
本来なら存在するわね。でもゲームが複雑になるので排除させてもらったわ。赤き真実、マスターキー以外の鍵は存在しないこととする。
つまりこのゲームに登場するすべての施錠はマスターキーでしか開け閉めができないってわけだ。
Alright. Are we under the assumption that there's still only 5?
実にシンプルなゲームだわ。
となれば次は
Mhm.
マスターキーの本数と所持者を確定せねばな。
マスターキーは合計5本。
Yep.
5人の使用人が1本ずつを持ってる特別な方法で管理されていて、マスターキーは常に身につけられており、奪うことも譲渡することも
Alright.
自分以外の人間が使用することもできる。
They're like fucking chained to their body. Great.
なんだそりゃ。
They've had, like, I don't know, a chain surgically implanted to, like, their fucking femur that the key is attached to. Fucking welded to them. Impossible to, you know, not have on you at all times.
それはもはや鍵ってより指紋認証システムみたいなもんだな。
面白い例えよ。つまりこのゲームの世界ではマスターキー云々ではなく、
Mhm.
使用人5人にしか開閉はできぬというわけだ。
源氏さんのマスターキーを回収しようとしたんだがどうにもならなくて。
Alright, so we're down one.
後のトラブルを予防するため源氏のマスターキーを破壊しておきました。
Or not. Come on, load backlog. It's not that hard. We tried to retrieve Genji's master key, but had no luck. So, if you had no luck retrieving it, then how did you destroy it? This was the crime of the first Twilight. The scene was the fully locked room of the dining hall. The servants holding master keys have alibis. Then again, no one else has an alibi either. Second twilight. Everyone returned to the parlor to discuss what should be done next. The phones were out, so they couldn't contact the police. Was the mysterious culprit hiding away somewhere, planning to attack their next victim at this very moment? Or was the culprit in here with them, mentally sticking out their tongue and tasting their next prey? None of them had alibis, and it was possible for any one of them to be the culprit. However, that tense feeling didn't last long. By midday, everyone got tired of arguing, and they decided to take a break. Kraus and Nazi announced that they wanted to talk with each other alone and went up to the second floor. That paved the way for everyone else to start going their separate ways, some breaking away to head to the bathroom, others to gaze at the endless rain. However, no matter how much time passed, Kraus and Nazi were the only ones who didn't return. Calls were sent to both Kraus and Nazi's rooms using the extension phone line, but there was no answer. Something might have happened. His blood. Everyone headed to Kraus's and Nazi's rooms together, and in Nazi's room, they found Kraus and Nazi lying sprawled on the floor.
You
don't say.
食堂の時と同じです。
皆さんの許可を得て私が鍵を開けました。
部屋の中にはクラウス様と夏日様が倒れていました。
They certainly are.
南條先生がすぐに脈を取ったぞ。そして二人とも即死だったと宣言した。
Can't really check that from the pulse, but sure.
はい。私が二人の死亡を確認
Unless
し
we
まし
get,
た。
you know, method of death or whatever. Because, like, if their heads exploded, then yep, it's pretty easy to call that instantaneous, but
いや間違いなく即死でした。
私は
I guess that doesn't
何か
matter.
の手がかりがない
The
か
only thing that
部屋
matters
中を
is that
探し
they
回
are
ったよ。
dead.
その結果、窓も扉も完全に施錠されていて密室だったことが分かった。
またしても密室。
Spooky.
またしてもマスターキーを持つ私たちが疑われることに。
しかしご安心を。奥様に疑われていた私たちは互いを見張り合っていたのです。
私たち使用人全員は常に一緒におりました。
僕たち使用人全員はそれぞれが使用人全員のアリバイを証明できます。
Okay then.
こりゃ面白い。今度はさらに完璧な密室だって言いたいのか。
最初の密室には全員にアリバイがなかった。そして今度の密室には全員にアリバイがあることになっている。
この世界では使用人たちそのものが生きた
This
マ
is,
スターキーとなっている。
this is shaping up to be a pretty tough one, huh?
その使用人たちのアリバイが完璧である以上、夏日の部屋の施錠は不可能だぞ。
僕たちは現場を保全することにした。
外からガムテープでベタベタと窓や扉を封印したよ。
Gee, I wonder where you learned that one from.
きっとこの部屋に犯人の何かの手がかりが残ってるはず。警察が来るまで絶対誰の出入りもできないようにした。
となりゃ食堂も同じだ。俺たちはさらに
Alright,
食
alright.
堂も同様に封印した。
そもそも屋敷自体を保全するべきではということになりましてな。
Make a strategic withdrawal to the guest
屋敷
house.
自体にも封印をし、私たちは全員ゲストハウスへ避難しました。
屋敷全体に封印？
Hey man, there's a lot of tape.
窓全部をベタベタとか？はしごをかけて3階の窓までか？
Probably have, you know, multiple rolls of duct tape down in like the boiler room or something.
ゲームが複雑になるので単純化するわ。すべての窓には鉄格子が入っており、窓からの出入りは不可能である。
Alright, so places in the ghetto. Got it.
よって玄関と裏口の2つの扉を封印するだけで屋敷は封印できることにする。
Alright.
なるほどな。そりゃ簡単だ。
どう考え
夏日おばさんの部屋にいた2人を殺すこと自体はたやすい。ノックをして開けてもらえばいいだけの話だ。しかしその後に施錠ができない。
る？施錠は使用人にしかできない。
Yeah, no more flying out the windows. They got you caged in now, but
使用人全員にはアリバイがあるぞ。
使用人全員がグルって可能性さえなけりゃな。
I'm just gonna assume it's not one of those doors where you can, like, you know, open the door, you know, lock it from the inside and then close it and it stays locked.
俺はそれより第一の番をまだ疑ってるぜ。
食堂で死んでいた6人の誰かが生きていて犯行を。
I gotta go down the list and, you know, start checking all the boxes.
どうにも剣士ってやつを疑わずにはいられね
つまり最初の食堂の6人の犠牲者の誰かが生きていた。
え。ああ、そしてその後クラウス夫妻を殺した。そして内側から施錠し室内に隠れていて木を見て逃げ出したんだ。
筋の通った推理であるぞ。
But
赤で語るわ。第一の番の犯人が確実に6人を殺している。
okay,
ならば
you mind extrapolating
我
more
ら
on
も
that?
青き真実で追
Because you
求
could
し
be
よう。
like, okay, yeah, the culprit of the first Twilight is also the culprit of the second Twilight, and, you know, you include Krasnazi in there, and boom.
密室の正体はこうだ。
Maybe it's a pair of two, and you know, first and second Twilight are together.
犯人は内側から施錠し夏日の部屋内に隠れていたのだ。そして一同が退出した後木を見て脱出した。
いいわ。赤で否定する。一同は退出と同時に部屋を封印した。 その退出に犯人は加われない。そして夏日
No,
の部
just
屋
going like full Assassin's Creed 1 and
屋
just
敷
blending
の
into
す
the
べての
crowd as
封
they're
印は
walking out and be like,
決して破られ
no
るこ
notice.
とはない。
ってことはつまりベッドの下に隠れて後でこっそり抜け出すというトリックは使えないってことなのね。
面白い。なかなかだぜベルンカステレ。
どうも。
This was the crime of the second Twilight. This scene was Nazi's fully locked room. This time, all the servants with master keys have alibis. The whole group, realizing the dangers of being inside the mansion, took shelter in the guest house. Fourth Twilight. All those who took refuge in the guest house decided to hole up in there until the typhoon passed. There, if everyone watched everyone else, they should be able to prevent further crimes from both from inside and outside. However, they couldn't do that without any breaks until the typhoon passed. Once again, their actions left a weak point open, and they were faced with yet another tragedy.
用事で表へ出たシャノンちゃんとカノン君がいつまでも戻らないんだ。
ジョージ兄さんの騒ぎだし、全員で外に出てシャ
Yeah,
ノンた
that
ちを探
sounds
すことになったんだ。
a known character for him.
シャノンさんはバラ庭園に倒れておりました。おいたわしや。
Yes, what a poor, lamentable creature.
生きててくれと願ったさ。でも僕は彼女が死んでいることを認めなければならなくった。
無論私も検視し、彼女の死亡を確認し
No
ました。
zombie, Shannon.
2人が出かけた時、私たちはゲストハウスの戸締まりを確認するためにいろいろとやっていました。だから私たちにはみんな アリバイがないのです。
僕が殺すものか、僕に殺せるものか。
I mean, quite easily. Humans are fragile.
ジョージお兄ちゃんには殺せないね。
その後ジョージ兄さんにだけはアリバイがあることが分かったんだ。シャノン殺しに限ってはジョージ兄さんには不可能なんだ。
Okay.
逆に言えばジョージの兄貴以外なら、誰にでも殺せたわけだ。
犯人に悪用されるのを防ぐため、シャノンさんの持ってたマスターキーはその場で破壊しました。
Oh, keys are pretty hard to destroy. I say that, and then I remember, you know, last week I used my house key to snap some zip ties, and I completely bent it. Fortunately, I have 10 house keys because when I went to Home Depot, I just made a bunch.
以後カノンは殺されたものとして扱う。
Okay, yep. Poof.
カノンのマスターキーも破壊されたものとして扱う。
And Kenan has a bad habit of just like, you know, disappearing from reality. You know, he just, you know, last game he just disappeared from the room to, you know, spirit away Battler. Then was it the one prior to that? You know, he got shot in the well, and no one could ever find his body. Well, the Battler couldn't. Yeah. I'd say it's one of his
無粋だから
specialties.
割愛するけど、シャノンが死んだんだからそういうことになるわよね。
We know.
つまり
Yeah, that also tracks.
死体はなくともシャノンとカノンは同時に殺されたという解釈で良いのか。
Yeah, they had like a life share thing going on.
そうなるわ。
The small bombs in Cannon's body detonated the moment Shannon died, reducing him to atoms.
順調に事件が進んでいくな。
This was the crime of the fourth Twilight. The scene was the Rose Garden. There were no locks or doors. It wasn't a locked room. So, the Master Key no longer has anything to do with this. Then, the pace of the crimes began to accelerate. Fifth and sixth Twilights. Also, if that was the fourth, did we skip the third? Because, you know, the six in the dining hall makes sense for the first. Nazi makes sense for the second. Weird. The group took shelter in the guest house. They carefully sealed all doors and windows, sealing themselves in a locked room. However, several locked room murders had already occurred. Could locking themselves in a locked room do anything more than invite another tragedy? After arguing fiercely in the cousin's room about finding the culprit, they decided to go into the servants' room to double-check the testimonies of Nanjo, Kumasawa, and Goda. There, they learned that a tragedy had occurred once more.
ゴーダさんも熊沢さんもこの傷では即死だったでしょう。むごたらしい死に方です。
この傷で生きてるわけあるもんか。死んでるよ。幸田さんも熊沢さんも。
R.I.P. You're a real one.
戸締まり確認とか見回りとかいろいろやってたからな。今回もまた俺たちには全員アリバイがない。
そんなことはないよ。見てごらん。あんな殺し方をしたら絶対に犯人は返り血を浴びるはずなん
Ooh,
だ。
got some messy arterial spray.
でもいとこ全員もそして南條先生も返り血は浴びてないね。
私たち全員は、つまりいとこ4人と南條先生には合田さんと熊沢さんは殺せない。
Unless they can like literally see the footprints in the floor, you know, where the spray was. You're like, oh yeah.
となれば犯人は俺たち以外の誰かであることは明白だ。
何者かの侵入を疑って調べたけれどゲストハウスの戸締まりは完璧だった。
The call
犯人は
came
や
from
はり
inside the
マスタ
house.
ーキーを持っているのかもしれません。
それはありえねえぜ。マスターキーはもうここで死んでる2人の2本以外存在しない。
現存する2本のマスターキーがこうしてゲストハウス内に残っている以上、ゲストハウスは完璧な密室なんだ。
完璧でないから人が死んだんだけどね。
Thank you for pointing out the obvious, Maria. I was gonna say, Cannon's, gone. No one ever found him. They could just take his key, but we already went and read saying that, you can't take a key off the body, essentially. I'd have to go back and reread what Bernstell says specifically. I know it's like you couldn't steal or whatever. But, like, if, pilfering it from their pocket once they're already dead, if that counts or not. This was the crime of the 5th and 6th Twilights. The scene was the locked room known as the guest house. Goda's and Kumasawa's master keys were also destroyed, meaning that all the master keys had now been lost. Now, no one could break into this locked room guest house. At least, that's how it should have been. 7th Twilight. This time, Dr. Nanjo was the one who was killed. He was killed in the entrance hall of the guest house. It was far too foolish of him to come here alone to check that everything was locked. You killed Nanjo, you bastard!
戸締まりは完璧だよ。密室なのにどうして？
Spooky.
じゃあ俺たちの中に犯人がいるってことになるぞ。
Maria, how could you
それ
do
はあり
this?
えない。状況から判断して私にもマリアにもバトラにもジョージ兄さんにも南條先生は殺せない。
そもそもゲストハウス内で南條先生を殺すことは不可能なんだ。
What?
しかも
What, to get, like, shot through the door?
つまりこいつは南條先生がゲストハウスを出ていない証拠だ。
じゃあ南條先生は殺せないってことになるね。なのに
He just died on his
なん
own.
で殺されてるの？
He tripped. He's old. He didn't have his life alert on. No one could answer that innocent question. This was the 7th Twilight. Once again, the crime scene was the locked room known as the guest house. Various bits of evidence made this crime seem even more impossible. Then, the tragedy reached the 8th Twilight, the final one. What was it, Jessica? By now, it was clear that holding up wouldn't keep them safe. Jessica might have chosen anger as a way to numb her fear. She flew out of the guest house in a rage, searching for the murderer that she was sure was hiding somewhere. George, Battler, and Maria hurriedly chased after her. My mouth is like numb. I'm having a stroke. Then, outside the building, they found Jessica lying on the ground. It was, as anyone could tell by looking, a gruesome corpse.
ジェシカちゃんかわいそう即死だったろ。
これで生きているわけがないもんね。
What, did she
俺
like
たちは
turn
3
inside
人で
out?
ずっと一緒だった。俺もジョージの兄貴もマリアもジェシカは殺せねえぞ。
Spoopy.
私たち3人にジェシカは殺せない。
マリアちゃんが人なんか殺すもんか。マリアちゃんには誰も殺せないよ。
I don't know, man. You clearly haven't seen enough, like, horror movies, George.
ありがと
Fucking
う。
creepy kids are a staple.
ジョージお兄ちゃんだって大人は殺せないよ。子供は殺せるけれど。
ああ、何がなんだかさっぱりわからねえぜ。一体何がどうなってやがるんだ。
Small bombs, bud. Small bombs. This was the 8th Twilight. The crime scene was outside. However, the three who chased after Jessica had alibis. George, Battler, and Maria couldn't have killed Jessica. So, is there really someone hiding on this island apart from the Ushimiya family? The curtain is lowered on this tale, for now.
これで私の物語はおしまいよ。
Damn, that's kind of a tough one, not gonna lie.
なかなかよくできてるじゃない。 ちゃんと朗読したなら
Real
ベ
short
ー
and
トのゲー
sweet.
ムに混じってても不思議じゃない物語だったわ。
それは認めるぜ。よくできてた。
まあここから朗読して感激に耐えるものにするのが骨なのである。
しかし何が何だかさっぱりだぜ。まともに考えたら犯人は後ろ宮家以外の謎の人物ってことになっちゃ
Can
う。
we get in a red about the number of people on the island, please?
それは魔女を認めるも同じだ。他にも
Oh, we can't do
犯
that.
人に協力する共犯者の存在などが疑えるだろうね。
そもそもあの紫の文字は何なんだ。新しいルールか。
Yeah, please explain.
紫の発言と呼ぶの話を分かりやすくするために作ったルールよ。紫の発
Just like
言
cliff
は
notes?
重要な発言であると認識してくれれば結構よ。逆に言えば紫でない発言は無視することも可能かもしれない。
Might.
ほう、そりゃ親切な話だな。
You know, it could also be a, set of horse blinders to keep you from looking at the
赤
periphery.
き真実に準ずるのか。
ええ、紫の発言は赤き真実と同じ力があると考え
Can
て
you
いる。
say that in red?
ただし一つだけ例外がある。それは犯人は紫の発言で嘘をつくことができるということよ。
なるほど。逆に言えば犯人以外は嘘をつけないってわけか。
紫の発言、これがどうやらベルンカステル教のゲームの鍵であるわけだ。
Oh boy.
ええ、そうよ。私のゲームのルールの前提を説明するわ。
The definition of culprit is one who murders. It is possible for a culprit to lie. It is possible for a culprit to lie even before committing murder. Characters who are not culprits only speak the truth. Characters who are not culprits cannot cooperate with a culprit. Alright, no accomplices. A culprit can carry out all murders directly by their own hands. A culprit must not die. A culprit must be among the characters appearing in the story. Purple statements are as absolute as red truths. However, a culprit can lie with purple statements.
以上よ。
Blocked.
犯人の定義は殺人者であるか。もっともな話だぜ。
犯人は嘘をつく可能性がある。これももっともな話であるぞ。
犯人は殺人以前にも嘘をつける。
They can, do a little prep work,
そりゃそうだろうな。
犯人でない人物は真実のみを語る。ありがたい話であるな。
犯人でない人物は犯人に協力しないですって。
これはつまり、口裏を合わせる共犯者がいないということか。
Let me double check those rules right there. Someone who murders is possible for a culprit to lie, is possible for a culprit to lie even. There's no rule saying here that there can only be one culprit.
やられたな。
So my brain immediately jumps to, different stages of the murders having different people involved.
犯人をかばっ
Which
て
means different
アリバイを捏造している
different
奴がいるの
statements
を
could be
疑ってたんだ。
lies. Depending on the time frame?
犯人は全ての殺人を自らの手で直接行う。つまり、トラップなどの遠距離殺人、間接殺人はないと
No
いうわけ。
mechanism X.
犯人が死ぬことはない。
Oh fuck.
つまり
There. Yeah.
殺害後密室を構築して自殺ってことはないってわけか。
So that kind of takes the wind out of the sails of that little statement I just brought up.
それはつまり死者は犯人ではないってことにもなるわね。
それは地味に重要な情報であるぞ。
犯人は登場人物の中にいる。未知の人物が島に
Yep,
紛
sorry,
れ込んで
Erica. You're
っ
out
て
of
の
this
は
one.
なしってわけだ。
登場人物は金像を除いた いつものお約束の17人よ。それ以外は登場しないし、関係もない。
紫の発言は赤き真実と同じ価値がある。
Asterisk.
ただし犯人のみ紫の発言で嘘がつける。これが厄介であるな。
Yeah.
ゲームの肝ってところだろうぜ。それでゲームの前提とやらは終わりか。
You could go process of elimination by getting to the end, you know, with, you know, the three of you there left at the end and be like, all right, let's go through, select every purple statement you made and assume you're the culprit and try to like work backwards from there to make something.
最後に付け加えるとしたら、朗読者は嘘をつかない
No
と
unreliable
いうこと
narrator.
かしら。つまりセリフでないト書き部分に嘘は存在しないということね。やってもよかったけれど、ゲームが複雑になってめんどくさいし。
魔女の特権を自ら手放すと大した余裕であるな。
それでも勝てるつもりなんだろうぜ。
私からは以上で全てよ。これ以上は何の質問もヒントも出すつもりはないわ。
Yeah, it's a lot to take in right off the bat, so
立ち会い人として最後に改めて宣言するわ。
brains a swirl with, you know, random
以
ideas.
上の情報で犯人が特定できることを保証する。
Shit.
よし、了解した。
腕が鳴るぞ。
Alright, group huddle, people.
そなたと共にまた同じミステリーに挑めるとはな。
ああ、楽しませてもらおうぜ。
We can pass around the one brain cell between the three of us and try to figure it out. This is a real game between you and me. I recommend finding some paper and writing something, and something to write with. Alright. Sure. I'll play ball. Where's my notebook? I can even go through the video later and write down everyone's text. That is, if you really intend to fight me, she says, staring directly at the camera. If you do get completely stuck, maybe you should listen in on Battler and Beato's reasoning. We'll have we'll have those be hints for when you get absolutely stumped and cannot move forward. Still, I'd rather fight you one-on-one. If you plan to enjoy our little duel, then try defeating me by your own power alone, without relying on hints. So, let's enjoy ourselves, shall we? Enjoy this game that I've created, just for you. Fuck. I'm gonna get exposed on stream. Ugh. Sizzle, sizzle. Oh. Okay. I don't need to reread the story yet. Let's just check the purple by person, so that way I can write things down. Okay. All right. Okay. How do I advance the twilights? Do I click, or do I just whatever? Okay. First twilight. Thrilling content. I know. All right. Great Tum Unfollowed. I should actually write down their names. Kraus. I totally didn't forget his name right there. I totally just didn't brain dump in a moment of panic. Everyone gathered in the dining hall. But as you all saw in the little trivia section, my brain power is not very good, so we probably will have to rely on some of Beato and Battler's help here, because I'll desperately need it. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall. We determined that all of the doors and windows had been locked, making a locked room. Oh god, this is gonna take forever. I don't even know if I should do this. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Just shoot from the hip. We're real ones like that. Making a locked room. Naturally, all of us are here right now. It is clear that no one is hiding. Now see, to prevent trouble later on, we destroyed Genji's master key. Okay, that's how it works. We'll start from the Twilights. Okay. This first 6 people died, so they never got any purple text. Gotcha. First Twilights. Of course, there was no one hiding in the dining hall either. Nothing suspicious was found in the dining hall. Doctor or not, no one examining a body will reach the wrong conclusion. Looks like all the victims died instantly. The death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. If one of the children is a culprit, they could lie about their death. Doctor or no one examining a body would reach the wrong conclusion. Okay, there's no one saying that they were dead. Like dead at the time. Okay. Dr. Nanjo and I confirmed that Genji-san was dead. Okay, so we can assume cross Genji off the list. You know, he's dead. The culprit cannot be dead anyway, so that doesn't matter. That's extraneous details. The dining hall was locked up when I unlocked the door with the master key. Okay. That's when you came in. I recommended that he try unlocking the door, just in case. Ava, Hideyoshi, Rodolphe, Kyrie, Rosa, and Genji. 6 people are all laying there covered in blood. Laying there covered in blood, you didn't specify that they were dead. Okay. Second Twilight. Who had lines for the second Twilight? Jessica. Searched all over the room looking for a clue. In the end, I found that the windows doors are all locked, making it a locked room. I'm sure that the culprit left some sort of clue in this room. We made sure that no one would be able to enter or leave until the police arrived. Dr. Nanjo checked their pulses. Then he announced that the 2 of them had died instantly. We also sealed the dining hall the same way. Alright, I'm going with my work backwards theory from the remaining people and get to a culprit, but fuck. We said none of the culprit can't be dead. There's no accomplices. Oh shit. This is a real stinker of stuff to go by. Okay, regarding the master keys. All doors can only be locked or unlocked with a master key. Of course, it is possible to lock or unlock doors from the inside of the room, even without a master key. In this game, we'll consider master keys to be the only keys that exist. There are 5 master keys total. 1 is held by each of the 5 servants. The servants keep the master keys on the person at all times, so it is impossible for them to be stolen, handed over, or used by any human other than themselves. Alright, regarding the corpses. Dining hall was locked up. That's when you arrived. I unlocked the door with the master key. Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, Kyrie, Rosa, Genji, everyone was dead. Then everyone was in the dining hall. The death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. Okay. So Shannon's saying they're dead. Shannon had been killed, so she can't be the culprit, which means she can't lie. which might nix my Battler's the killer theory, maybe, depending on how you define death, or someone confirming their death. Because Battler can say, yeah, they're dead, which would be confirm their death, but he could be like, haha, I have my fingers crossed behind my back. Nanjo and I confirmed Genji was dead. Doctor, no. No one examining body would reach a line of conclusion. All the victims died instantly. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, they determined that all of the doors and windows had been locked inside, making a locked room. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. Of course, there's no hiding in the dining hall either, naturally. Yeah, there's no third Twilight. That's so odd. Okay. Another room was locked. I locked the door. Cannon, Kraus, and Nazi sprawled out on the floor inside the room. Dr. Nanjo checked their pulses, then he announced that the two of them had died instantly. I confirmed both of their deaths. There can be no doubt they died instantly. I searched all over the room looking for a clue. In the end, I found that the windows were all locked, making a locked room. All of us servants were together the whole time. All of his servants can prove an alibi for all the other servants. We put duct tape all over on the outside of the doors and windows, sealing them. We made sure that no one would be able to enter until the police arrived. We also sealed the dining hall the same way. We sealed the mansion itself, and all of us took refuge in the guest house. Okay, so if we're going off Battler is the killer theory, he could be lying that they sealed the dining hall. Yeah, the bars on the window so no one can get in or out through the windows. Front door, back door. The culprit of the first Twilight has definitely killed 6 people. Group sealed the room at the same time they left. No culprit joined the group as they left. Also, all of the seals on Nazi's door, the dining hall, and the mansion itself will never be broken. Shit. Oh, this is so hard. Shannon vanished. George Nissan got upset, so we all went out to look for him. We found Shannon lying there in the rose garden. Oh, poor Shannon. I prayed that she was still alive, however, I was forced to acknowledge that she was dead. I also examined her and confirmed her death. Not one of us has an alibi, so anyone could have done it, besides George. At least regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. Anyone could have killed her besides George. To prevent the culprit from using any mischief, we destroyed the master key Shannon held on the spot. From now on, Cannon is treated as having been killed. Also, Cannon's master key is treated having been destroyed, so it just disintegrated with him. 2 corpses. Judging by these wounds, Goda and Kumasawa died instantly. Like how they could have survived, Goda and Kumasawa are both dead. Battler, none of us has an alibi. But then again, just because, going off Battler's the culprit theory, just because in purple doesn't mean he is lying. It could also be, he can, or the culprit can pick and choose where they lie. So true, look, considering the way they were killed, the culprit would definitely got blood splattered on them. But Dr. Nanjo and all the cousins have no blood on them. All of us, in other words, the 4 cousins Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed Goda and Kumasawa. Someone might have snuck in, so I checked around, but the guest house is still completely locked up. Okay. Killer had to have come from inside. Well, also that the culprit, it just can't be dead. Again, there was nothing specifying there couldn't be multiple culprits, so I don't know if Battler and George teamed up, but no one who's not the culprit can be an accomplice. They weren't helping each other, they were moving independently. That's possible. No master key exists anymore, except for the 2 keys on the 2 people who lay dead there. Nanjo's corpse. He's dead. He's been killed. close to instant death. Everything is locked up perfectly. Possible, judging by the circumstances, Maria, Battler, George, and I couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. No one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. This is proof that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house. She probably died instantly. There's no way she could live through this. George, Maria, and I couldn't have killed Jessica. The three of us couldn't have killed Jessica. Maria couldn't kill anyone. George couldn't kill an adult. He could kill a kid, though. Okay. I'm just clicking on burn, maybe poke her eye out or something. Yeah, culprits, plural there. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, what did I do?
紫の発言とやらが厄介であるな。
赤き真実並みに重要な発言だってことは分かってるんだ。だが、犯人の嘘が混じってる。
針が混じってるかもしれないパンをそのまま丸飲みにして食べるバカはいないわ。
すべての紫を鵜呑みにしていると、
Yeah.
全く真相が見えてこない。
針の混じったパンか。いい例えだな。
I'm sure you do.
せっかくの貴重な情報も一粒の嘘のせいで台無しってわけだ。
この大量の紫の中のどれが一体嘘なのか。
That's the rub.
考えるだけで頭が痛くなるというものよ。
ならここでチェス盤をひっくり返してみようじゃねえか。
ほう、というと
簡単な話さ。どれが嘘かじゃない。どれは確実に真実かってことに注目するんだ。
確実に真実とわかる紫など、
Which ones, you
存在する
know,
のか。
それを
have
探す。
shown to be true.
絶対に犯人じゃないと確定できるやつを探す。それを見つけることができれば、そいつの紫の発言はすべて赤き真実と同じってことになるんだ。
なるほど。犯人を探すのではなく、まずは絶対に犯人でない人物を探すというわけか。基本であるな。
そういうこ
God,
とさ。
playing like fucking 50 questions
必ず
over
いる
here.
はずだ。
Oh, this is rough.
丹念に探してみよう。
まずは第一歩というところね。
お手並み拝見といくわ。
All right, let's check it by character again. I'll just do quick little initials. Jessica. Don't got to worry about Ava. She's dead. Hideyoshi, you're dead. George. Fucking Rudolph, you're dead. Kiri is dead. And Battler. Anjo. Rosa. Aria. Oh. Genji, you're dead. Shannon's dead. Cannon's dead. Goda, you're dead. Kumasawa, dead. All right, let's go through all the people who died. Determine, what they said end up being true. Jessica, you're also dead. Sorry, I forgot about you. Okay, everyone gathered in the dining hall. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, we determined that all the doors and windows had been locked, making it a locked room. No one was hiding. Genji's key was gone. There was no one hiding in the dining hall. Nothing suspicious found inside the dining hall. Doctor or not, no one examining a body would reach the wrong conclusion. The death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. Dr. Nanjo and I confirmed Genji was dead. The dining hall was locked up. I locked the door with the master key. That's when she arrived. Ava, all covered in blood. So 6, dead. Dead. Very dead. Second Twilight. Windows, doors, all locked, making a locked room. We made sure that no one would be able to enter or leave until the police arrived. Nanjo checked their pulses. Then he announced, I don't care about you. You're still alive, so you're suspicious. I confirmed both their deaths. There can be no doubt that they died instantly. We sealed the mansion itself, took refuge in the guest house. Locked the door. All the servants were together the whole time. So let me start marking off the Twilights, because when it says select culprits, I don't know if it's select a person for each Twilight, because that can make it difficult. Twilight 1, 2, 3. Oh, there is no 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. One of the Twilights is combined. I think it was 5 and 6. I don't know. Ooh. Okay.
絶
Like I said,
対に
I'm
犯
dumb.
人でない人
We're
物
going
と
through the
は
hints. We're on a
どういう
timetable
ことだよ。
here, you know?
ルールに犯人は知らないってのがある。つまりひでえ話だが、死んだ奴は信用できるってことになる。
ほう、それはわかりやすい。ほとんどの人物は殺された。
But can we retroactively, you know, go with all their purples as being, you know, undeniably true at any point in the timeline?
それらの人物の紫
Or do we have to
は
break
全
it
て
up
信
into,
用でき
you
る
know,
という
the
わけだ。
chapters of the Twilights?
ところがそう簡単な話じゃない。俺とお前のゲームでもたびたび問題になった。死んだふり問題ってのがあるんだ。
どの犠牲者も皆検視をしているではないか。南條も紫で誰も検視を誤らないと断言している。
Yeah, then they could lie about it.
南條先生が犯人だったらそれも当てにはならねえぜ。一見どの犠牲者も検視されているように見えるが、どの死亡確認も紫発言だ。100% じゃない。
では誰の死ならば信用できるというのか。
とにかく犠牲者全員の検視をもう一度見直すんだ。紫発言なんてあやふやなものじゃなくて、絶対確実に死んだ人間を探すんだ。
You need like 2 people at least to like both agree that someone is dead.
そうか、わかったぞ。バトラ、ト書きだ。セリフ以外のト書き部分に嘘はないことになっていたぞ。
ああ、俺も今気づいたところだ。
So anything in white essentially is red.
ベルンカステレは赤き真実で、ト書き部分には嘘がないことを宣言している。
あら、 気づかれちゃったみたいよ。
気づかなくちゃ始まらないわよ。
Okay, I
トガ
appreciate
キで死亡を
that at
宣告
least.
されている奴はおらぬか。そいつは本当に死んでいると断言できることになる。
そしてそいつは自動的に犯人でないということになる。
のみならず、そやつの紫は信頼できるということになる。
トガキで死亡を語られている人物を探してみよう。横たわっていた
Alright.
みたいな、生きてるようにも死んでるようにも見える、
Yeah.
曖昧な表現でないやつもだ。
Giving it a little
頭からもう
straight
一
with
度
that
探すぞ。
that example there, but I already caught that one, so I feel comfortable taking that hint. All right, I don't need to reread the whole rule. Oh god, but rereading the story would give us more stuff. Now, let's go by Twilight instead of character. Lock on the door, knocked, no answer. Locking the door just in case. Terrifying sight. Great tumult. There's no use. Such a terrible way to be killed. Of course, naturally. Not much there in the first part. Dining hall, permission, lock the door. Fuck it, let's go back into the story. Not gonna be reading it, we'll just be skipping through. Yoda woken up previous night because of family conference.
死体発見。
Yep, crime. Let's go.
食堂は施錠。確かに食堂に鍵はノックした。
そこには万一のこともあるから。
マスターキーで扉を開け。
エヴァ様、秀吉様、ルドルフ様、キリエ様、ローザ様、そして源氏さんの計6人が血まみれになって倒れていたのでございます。
That statement is causing so much issues because it names so many people all at once.
全員が食堂に。
思い出したくもあります。それぞれの親の亡骸にすがる。
ひょっとしたら生きているかもと。みんな
しかしお子様方はそれぞれ。
僕と南條先生は
むごたらしい殺され方でした。
Yeah, so Genji, dead.
私でなくとも誰も。
犠牲者は人気。
食堂内を調べた結果、扉も窓も。
そして食堂内からもちろん
隠れるも私たちは今ここに誰も隠れていないことは明白だ。
でも父さん、となるとおかしいよ。殺された6人、食堂は密室。
So 6 people are dead. Which means they're all dead.
どうやって殺して逃げたんだ。
考えたくはありませんが、マスターキーを持つ
6人を殺し、妥当な推理だ。
No chance of the culprit hiding inside the dining hall. It made sense to assume that the culprit had locked the room after committing the murder and exiting the room. Only natural. Oh, well, that was the character speaking, not the narration. We gotta focus on the narration, not the characters talking. Sadly enough, none of the servants had an alibi. Then again, it wasn't only servants. No one had an alibi, so anyone could have done.
マスターキー以外の方法で。
赤きし。すべもちろん。
Yeah.
だそうよ。他
マスターキー。
本来でも赤きマス。
Let's get back to the narration.
そう実
Come on, we got places to be here.
マスター5人特別マス
なんそれはもはや。
もうつまり
源氏さんのマスターキーを返し。
後のトラブルを予防するため源氏のマスター
This was the crime of the first Twilight. This scene was the fully locked room of the dining hall. None of the servants holding master keys have alibis. Then again, no one has an alibi either. God, that got us, like, nowhere. Only thing we really got is Genji's dead. Fuck.
バトラ見よ。第7の番の南條についてはト書きではっきりと殺されたと記されているぞ。
Cool. Nanjo's dead. That's nice.
俺も見つけたぜ。第8の番のジェシカについて。ト書きではっきりと無残な死体だったと記している。
corpse, it is required that you are dead.
ということは
南條先生とジェシカ、この2人は確実に死んでいるという。そしてそれは
南條とジェシカが犯人ではないことを示しているというわけだ。そしてそれは
この2人の紫発言は赤き真実も同然。
そういうことだ。
The pair gave each other a high five. Finally, they found their first big clue. A safe slice on the roll with a needle in it. They had discovered some purple statements they could trust.
南條とジェシカの紫発言を書き出してみよう。これは赤き真実も同然だ。ようやく見えてきたぞ。
南條先生が犯人でないことが確定なら、第1の番の彼の紫発言である私でなくとも、誰も検視を誤らないが大きな意味を持ってくる。
つまり誰であっても検視は誤らないということ。
Yep, no one, you know, just in a state of close death that then, you know, gets better or whatever.
南條先生とジェシカによって行われた検視は絶対に信用できるってことだ。
つまり南條とジェシカが死亡を確認した人物。
Which means we can then trust their purples.
不思議なものね。順調だと悔しいけれど、行き詰まられてもそれはそれで退屈だわ。
Which is why I'm taking the hints. Fucking flame me in the comments if you want.
この2人の検視をチェックして犯人ではありえない人物を探してみよう。
By not chapter, by person, please. Okay, Nanjo. Confirm both their deaths. So, yeah. Kraus and Natsuhi, super dead, which means we can then check theirs also. Sealed the mansion, took refuge in the guest house. Fourth Twilight, I examined her and confirmed her death. Fourth was Shannon, so Shannon, dead. Fifth and sixth, judging by the wounds, Yoda Kumasawa died. Yoda Kumasawa. Alright. Jessica. Locked the rooms, made sure no person would be able to enter or leave. All went outside. Regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to ignore her. Okay, yeah, so we already know that. George couldn't have been the one to kill Shannon. Yoda and Kumasawa, both dead. The four cousins and Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed Goda and Kumasawa. But that poses an issue. Of who could. Unless they both just got paranoid and, you know, killed each other. He's dead. He's been killed. Yep, we know Nanjo's dead. Maria, Battler, George, and I couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. Fuck. Which leads us to believe that there's a murderer running about. Okay. We're gathered in the dining hall, no one was hiding. Destroyed Genji's master key. You're useless, fucking Nazi. That gave us no good information. Shannon. The death of each parent was confirmed by their own children. Lock the doors. Second twilight. Natsu's room was locked. None of us have an alibi. Destroyed the master key. I arrived. Ava, Hideyoshi, all on the floor. You're also useless, Kumasawa. Where's... Yeah, the rules. I know the rules. I was looking for the red. It was somewhere. It wasn't in here, though. Ah, fuck it. I forget where it was.
Butler, 南條とジェシカの紫発言のチェックを終えたぞ。
この2人が死亡を確認した人物は間違いなく死んでいる。そしてそれは間違いなく犯人でないことを示す。
Unfortunately, we don't really get much from their statements.
さらに増えるということだな。
まず南條先生が第2の番の犠牲者のクラウスおじさん、夏日おばさんの死亡を確認している。
さらに第4の番にシャノンの死亡も確認しているな。
第5、第6の番のゴーダさんと熊沢さんの死亡も確認している。
一気に白が増えたぞ。南條ジェシカ
I wish I could just get like a full-on script of the Twilights instead of having to go through, you know, click every time, and I can just skim it all at a glance.
それだけじゃない。第4の番にベルンカステルの赤き真実でカノン君の死亡も宣言されてる。
So he's good as dead too.
犯人は死なないんだからカノン君も犯人じゃない。
南條、ジェシカ、クラウス、夏日、シャノン、カノン、ゴーダ、熊沢、この8人は犯人ではない。
あらら、いきなり容疑者が8人も減らされちゃったわよ。
Certainly seems a lot more manageable,
こ
but
こまでは順当でしょ。
this
ここからよ。
is where the real brain fucking squeezing begins.
これで信用できる紫発言がどっと増えたぞ。ここからが本番だ。
ああ、新しく犯人でないことが分かった人物の紫発言も確認する。
Yeah, we just did that. It has to do with mainly, you know, the states of rooms and whatnot.
クラウス、夏日、シャノン、カノン、ゴーダ、熊沢。この新しく無実が証明された人物の紫発言を吟味したぞ。
As have I.
ああ、その結果、源氏さんが犯人でないことも新たに証明された。
Yeah, Ken and Nanjo both got him.
カノンが第1の番に紫発言で源氏の死を確認したと宣言している。
So he can't be the culprit.
これで源氏も白というわけだ。
これで合計9人の無実が証明されたな。いい感じだぜ。
そうそう、シャノンと熊沢の紫発言で第1の番の6人の死亡も確認している。
Okay, so we're going with that purple statement is unambiguous in that all those 6 people did die. No,
それは
yeah.
鵜呑みにでき
I'm with Battler on this one. It's so vaguely worded.
なぜか
Nowhere in those statements does it say killed
シャ
or
ノンと
dead.
熊沢の発
Just
言は
they were lying
信用
there
できるのでは
and
ないか。
deaths confirmed.
そうよね。シャノンと熊沢が犯人でないことが確定したのに、どうしてその発言が信用できないの？
It's too vague.
例えば熊沢さんだが、第1の番の犠牲者の6人
Yeah,
が
was it their own
食堂
blood?
で血まみれになって倒れてい
fatal
た
amount of
とし
blood?
か言ってない。つまり生死は不明ってわけだ。食堂の6人の犠牲者の検視は絶対とは言えないわけだ。
食堂の6人についてシャノンは別の言い方もしているぞ。
Yeah, deaths confirmed by their own, you know, own children.
お子様方はそれぞれ自分の親が間違いなく死んでいることを確認したとな。
食堂でそれぞれの親を検視したのは、俺とジョージの兄貴、そしてマリアの3人ってことだ。
You said in the text that Maria can't kill an adult, and I mean, where are we drawing the line at adults? You know, Jessica's what, 16, 17? Not an adult. Maria could have killed her.
しかし、この3人が白であることはまだ証明されていない。
おう、なるほど、そういうことね。シャノンは食堂の6人の死亡をそれぞれの親の子供が確認したことは証明したけれど、それぞれの子供が真実の検視をしたかまでは証明していないわ。
そういうことだ。
And that would also mean that, you know, Maria couldn't be the culprit of the first Twilight because, you know, can't kill an adult. But then again, those also said at the very end, when who knows who a culprit is and if it's trustworthy.
子供が嘘をついている可能性が否定できない以上、まだ食堂の連中全員を疑いから外すわけにはいかない。
Yeah.
これは厄介であるな。その3人は最後まで生き残った生存者。
Which means we can't take anything they say at face value until we get definitive confirmation that they're not the
生きて
culprit.
いるということは、すなわち犯人でないと証明不能というわけだ。
バトラー、ジョージ、マリア、生き残ったこの3人は犯人である可能性が高いと同時に、
とりあえず確実な死亡によって白であると断言できるのはこの9人までのようであった。
ここからは信頼できる9人の紫発言で純粋に推理していくしかない。
Yeah.
南條、ジェシカ、クラウス、ナツヒ、シャノン、カノン、ゴーダ、熊沢、源氏、この9人の紫発言を読み直すしかないな。
ここからは難度が上がるぞ。
Yeah.
覚悟してかかろうぜ。
Yeah, that's right.
ようやくミステリーらしくなってきたというところよ。
But odds are we're going to be here for a while, so I know it's kind of a short chapter, a short part here, but that is where I'm going to end it here for today. Mainly so that way I can kind of mull this over on my own, kind of chew on the scenery. I won't advance any more of the hints. I'll just kind of start going down my own rabbit holes and hopefully get some thoughts in my head. Otherwise, this episode's going to be 4 hours long. And it's going to be 3 hours of dead air, me just going, and tapping my notebook. And I don't want to have to subject you guys to that. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Catch you guys next time where we'll dig more into this mystery. And hopefully get some solutions without, you know, getting every single hint possible. That just spells out the entire thing. But odds are, well, we'll have to do that anyway. But only way to find out is to come back next time. Catch you guys later. Bye. Come on.